Every once in a while, a group of people find each other and create something bigger than themselves. Values align, purpose aligns, and they all blaze a trail together. We are all Trailblazers, and thanks to you, we've had our best year ever.
All right, we have some breaking news now on Salesforce.
About a new strategic partnership.
Salesforce is partnering with IBM in artificial intelligence.
We have a phenomenal relationship with Amazon, with Dell.
Salesforce forming a cloud computing partnership with Google.
It was a year of unprecedented change.
We have an amazing amount of innovation.
It's the fourth industrial revolution. We're in a new world. We have to empower and enable all of you with all these amazing next generation technologies.
Trailhead is the key to your future. It's the way that you learn the Salesforce ecosystem.
A year of new highs.
Salesforce Tower is our tallest building ever.
We are now the fastest growing top 5 enterprise software company in the world.
The expansion of Salesforce cements our position as a global leader.
It was a year of inspiration.
A Trailblazer is empowered.
Moms, women, men, anybody can accomplish anything.
Google is a Trailblazer.
Girl Scouts is a Trailblazer.
Brunello Cucinelli è un apripista.
You are the innovators. You are the disruptors. You are the shapers. You're shaping this future.
A year of family reunions.
Dreamforce, it's the world's largest software conference.
Whether it's the community, our customers, our employees, everyone is our family.
It's really cool to see everyone so excited about a tech company.
A year of doing well and doing good.
Business is the greatest platform for change. Now what can we do to make the world better?
The future is all of us.
We stand with everyone fighting for equality.
And as we each find our voice, we give others the power to do the same.
You define who you are, what you believe in, and what you go for.
Thank you for driving us.
All of our customers, all of our partners, all of our stakeholders, thank you.
Thank you for inspiring us.
We didn't do it alone. We did it together.
And as always, thank you for making us who we are today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vice Chairman, President, and COO of Salesforce, Keith Block.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh, this is awesome. This group is awake. Good morning, everybody. Mr. Benioff. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TrailheaDX. It is great to be with everybody here this morning. This is our third annual TrailheaDX, the coolest, greatest developers conference in the world. Am I right? All right. You know, a lot of people put a lot of work into this, people like Sarah Franklin, and people like Leah, and people like Brett, and a whole bunch of people, our marketing organization. And we had this discussion about who's going to do this keynote next year? You know, what's going to happen? And I got the call. Now, we've all gotten the call, right? We've all gotten the call from the big guy at some point in our life, and they say, you're going to do the keynote, Keith. You're doing the keynote this year. And I said, that's really cool. I'm excited. And I thought, well, you know, I've done the world tours, and the world tours are really cool, and I love doing the world tours, and I love being out with the customers and the partners and the employees. And I thought, wait a minute, this is TrailheaDX. Like, this is something a little bit different. And I thought about it. I thought, you know, this company has had so much success over 19 years. You know, unbelievable stuff with technology, creating an industry, a movement, a revolution in the community, with customers, with partners, with employees. And I thought, what group of people, more than any other associated with our community here at Salesforce, our Ohana, represents the community that actually built this house at Salesforce. And it's you. It's the Trailblazers in this audience. It is the admins, it's the devs, it's the MVPs, it's the customers, it's the partners, it's our employees. And I thought, you know what? This is hallowed ground doing TrailheaDX. So I am humbled, I am honored, I'm blown away that I've been given this opportunity to do this with you over the next few minutes, and I'm really psyched to be here. And probably the most important thing that I could say to everybody in this audience, those of you who are here, those of you who are watching, is to do what we always do, and to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for Salesforce and our community, the customers, our partners, our employees, our devs. Thank you for everything you've done. Please give yourselves a round of applause. You guys are awesome. Now, there are a lot of people that we're going to recognize, okay? Because a lot of people really deserve recognition because there's so many people who have participated in this amazing story and so much success over the last 19 years. And I don't want to offend anybody because I'm not going to get to everybody because we'll be here for 3 hours and we don't want to do that. But there are special people that need to be recognized. And let's start with the MVPs. You're unbelievable. If you're an MVP in this audience, could you stand up, please? Stand up, MVPs. We even have a few golden hoodies in the house, which is awesome. How about a round of applause for the golden hoodies? Even more. All right, there's another group that is very near and dear to my heart. I'm wearing their pin, and they are our veterans, and they are here today. They have done unbelievable things for this country, great service to our country. We have the VetForce folks here. If you're a veteran, if you're part of VetForce, please stand up and be recognized. Awesome. Thank you for your service. And we're not done yet. I know you thought we were done, but we're not done. We have another group that we want to recognize. You may have seen the announcement last week that we were going to be acquiring MuleSoft, the leading independent integration software company in the world. They're unbelievable. The Muleys are here, right here. Could you give them a welcome here? Welcome to the Muleys. Please stand up. Welcome. If you could stay standing for the entire show, that would be great. Welcome to the Ohana, folks. Anyway, now if you look around, you would say, hey, if you've been to a world tour, if you've been to Dreamforce, you'd look at how this room is laid out and you say, it doesn't really look exactly like a theme park for Trailhead, or one of our national parks. It looks like the Serengeti. And I thought, MuleSoft, they have Max the Mule, we have giraffes. Like, when is Max the Mule going to show up with the giraffes? I just want to know this. After closing. That was exactly the appropriate answer. Our chief legal officer is somewhere in the audience, and that's exactly what she wanted to hear. Awesome. Thank you for keeping me out of jail. All right. We have a lot planned for you over the next couple of days. Very, very exciting couple of days. In fact, some of you have actually been here for a few days. I was having dinner at a restaurant over the weekend, and a bunch of folks who were joining from Trailhead, or for TrailheaDX, some of our Trailblazers, were sitting at a table talking passionately about Salesforce and TrailheaDX, and it was all positive. Trust me, it was very passionate, but I eavesdropped in their entire conversation. At the end, I introduced myself, and they ran from the room or from the restaurant. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about today. So we have, obviously, our keynote. Very excited to be here. We've got some great speakers. We have the amazing Brett Taylor. We should give him a round of applause wherever Brett is. Brett is right there. And Leah McGowan and Sarah Franklin. And then we're going to be talking about continuous development later on. And then we've got Tony Profit. Tony Profit's in the house. Let's give him a round of applause. And then we have the men, the myth, the legends right here. Mark Benioff and Parker Harris. Let's give them a round of applause. They're sitting right in the front row. And they'll be doing a fireside chat. Okay, calm down. Sorry, Parker. At least you don't have to wear an outfit today. It's all good. Anyway, and we have our quality awards. And that's tonight, and we hope that everybody's going to join us over at the Masonic. Super excited. Stevie Wonder's going to be there, so that's going to be really cool. And we're going to recognize, yeah, you can applaud Stevie. Why not, right? We are going to recognize people who are champions for equality. And we're going to spend a lot of time talking about equality this morning. So we're really excited about that. And then tomorrow, since we love Parker, we're going to bring him back again. And he's going to talk about the future of app dev here. And then we've got our Lightning keynote. We're going to be talking about Einstein. We're going to end the day with Mark Hamill. Pretty cool. And Nina Fried. Super, super cool. But we've got a lot packed in here in the next couple days. So hopefully we're going to get everybody excited. We're going to have everybody energized and inspired, just like you do that for us. And people will be very, very motivated. And we will have some fun, because there's nothing that speaks fun more than 200 breakouts. You know what I'm talking about? 200 breakouts, over 40 sponsoring partners here who are helping us with TrailheaDX. So thank you. How about a round of applause for our partners who sponsor this? And of course, all of you 10,000 people who have registered for this great event. Now, it's not just the people necessarily in this room. This has actually become a global event. I mean, Sarah's team has done an unbelievable job making this a bit of a global movement, a global phenomenon. And we have over 265 TrailheaDX global gatherings all over the world. I mean, you can look at this map and see that we've hit every continent. I can't really see Antarctica, but I'm assuming we have something up there. But we've got people who are participating in this in a live way, and we're really excited. So we want to say hello, give them a special shout out if you could do that. There you go. That's pretty awesome. Now, we actually, now these are all of our university students that are joining us from all over the world. We kind of went right by. We have Canada. We have a shameless shout out for my alma mater, Boston University. That's not my alma mater, but it's my hometown. And Carnegie Mellon University, which is right there. Shameless plug for my alma mater. How about a cheer for the Carnegie Mellon people? Yeah. And as I said, we've got people from all over the world. The one place that Sarah, next year, like I didn't see Kazakhstan on the map. Like we don't have people in Kazakhstan. We call it out. And next year we'll have people in Kazakhstan. Anyway. That being said, we've got incredible people and students here from all over. We have Carnegie Mellon, we have University of Utah, University of Massachusetts Lowell. Oh, we have a Ute. Are you a Ute?
I work in, yeah.
Yes?
I work in the U.
You're the, okay, awesome, that's great. You can probably come up and talk. Can you do the cheer? Can you do the Utah cheer?
I can do the block U.
Oh, the block U? Well, I like the first part of that. Algonquin College in Ottawa and New Jersey Institute of Technology. All of New Jersey is with us here today. You can see them on the screen. There's like 4 people from New Jersey here. And BU, and in the room, we have students and gatherings in the room. We have San Francisco State. If you're from San Francisco State, are you here? Yes? Over there? And San Jose State, and Holt International, and Pep Up Tech, and Hack the Hood. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. So welcome, everybody. We really appreciate you being here. Okay, you Carnegie people, stop. All right, let's talk about. Okay, so we're going to go back to Canada. All right, let's talk about something that I think is near and dear to our hearts, and it is the world that we live in today. Okay, we are at the dawn of a new era. I think we know that. We all talk about it. We talk about this thing called the 4th Industrial Revolution. That means that there were 3 before. Okay, I did the math. And it started with the 1st Industrial Revolution, which is all about the invention of the steam engine. Back in the day, when we're all living in the world of the steam engine, we were watching what happens in terms of changes, profound changes in technology. When you think about every one of these industrial revolutions, they had an impact on our personal lives, they had an impact on society, on organizations, on governments, on economics, on equality. Every single one of these industrial revolutions has changed the game, changing business, changing commerce, changing government. Steam changed the game in transportation and logistics. Electricity was all about energy, and it still exists today. Hasn't improved that much. And the impact on manufacturing, pretty amazing, right? When you think about what happened with electricity and manufacturing and how it changed people's lives. And then, of course, there was the 3rd Industrial Revolution, and this is the one that we've all lived through. Now, this started in the beginning, and there was the mainframe computer, and we all know the story of the mainframe computer, and then we went to client server, and then it was the internet, and then all of a sudden there was like this crazy wave, this acceleration, this conversion of technologies, of cloud and mobile and social and data science and IoT all coming together, and that gave us the opportunity to completely change business models. Huge disruption, huge opportunities. Companies were being born overnight. And by and large, I think society has done a pretty decent job absorbing these technologies and still coping with these technologies, and trying to figure out what these new business models might be. But now we are at the dawn of a new era, and that is the 4th Industrial Revolution. And this will have a profound impact on society, more so than any other wave that we've seen, any other revolution that we've seen, because this technology will change the world forever. And it is massive technology, and it's all going to rotate around intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence has been around actually for a while. But the advances in technology around artificial intelligence have really started to accelerate. And then you couple that with an explosion of data And these two forces together create a very, very powerful cocktail. And this is going to be, my opinion, forces for good. Some people think forces for evil. I happen to think it's forces for good. And that we have the opportunity to live in a world where this is mankind and machine, and not mankind or machine. And the people who are going to make sure that that happens are represented here in this room. Now, if you think about what these technologies are that are coming, okay, we talk about artificial intelligence. Everybody has their own definition of what artificial intelligence is. But then you think about things like 3D printing. Now, Mark and I had the opportunity to spend time with the CEO of the largest 3D printing company in the world. And they are doing unbelievable things in personalized medicine. And can you believe you have the opportunity, if you're taking some sort of medicine, you can actually print it in your home? That's where this is going. Or that we're going to be printing human organs to advance medicine. And by the way, that technology applies to every single industry, 3D printing. And then, of course, you have biotech and robotics. You have companies like KUKA and KUKA and ABB who've been doing amazing things with robotics and changing the game and innovating and autonomous vehicles. And, of course, my favorite technology, blockchain, no surprise there, and quantum computing and IoT, and our little dude Einstein, because everybody loves Einstein. But all these technologies are doing amazing things, and we're just getting a feel for what this is going to be all about. And a lot of companies, a lot of organizations have actually done some pretty amazing things with these technologies, and certainly the technologies from the third industrial revolution. And when you think about the world today with this explosion of data like I talked about and the artificial intelligence capabilities, you know, what is behind every one of those trillion devices that is collecting that data, that is allowing us to make intelligent actions? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's the customer. Those organizations, those companies that are driving digital transformation, that are taking advantage of these technologies, those are the customers, those are the leaders in their organizations, in their industries, that pivot to the customer. They put the customer in the center of their world. Everything begins and ends with a customer. We have a world where every customer is connected. And what's interesting, and I don't think this will shock anybody, but if you just step back and take a look at this and say, you know, 80% of B2B buyers expect a B2C experience. Now, why is that? Well, it could be that we're all running around with our mobile phones, and we have an experience with our mobile phone that feels like a consumer experience. No matter what we're doing, it's a personalized experience. And now we have an expectation that that is going to be the exact same experience with the companies that we do business with. We've trained ourselves by leveraging these mobile devices. Think about it. And companies are actually taking wonderful advantage of this, and they're doing beautiful things with their business model. I mean, look, take Marriott, okay? I love Marriott. Everybody loves Marriott. I bet you everybody in this room at some point has stayed at a Marriott, okay? Well, today, you can look at your mobile device, and you can walk right through the lobby of the Marriott and past the check-in counter, and you can check into your room. You know what your room assignment is. In fact, you've done it online. And when you get to that room, you use that mobile device, and you're going to unlock that door. And when you unlock that door and you step into that room, it has a preset temperature, and it has a preset water temperature, and your refrigerator is stocked. And it knows what kind of food you want in your fridge. It has all of your personal preferences. It is creating a unique and personalized experience for you. Now, that's kind of the classic B2C experience. But then you take a company like Kone. Okay, Kone is one of the largest manufacturers of elevators and escalators in the world. And their tagline is that they move 1 billion people every day. Think about that. We probably rode up here onto this floor on a Kone escalator, or maybe a Kone elevator. But what Kone is doing with these technologies is pretty amazing. I mean, they're doing some pretty incredible things, and they're reinventing field service, and they're building a company that is no longer a B2B company, but a B2B2C company, because they want a personalized experience where they can put that customer in the center of the universe. In fact, they have an elevator today that knows that when you pull up into the parking lot, they know exactly who you are. They time the opening of the door of the elevator so that you can walk right in. And they also know if you're alone in that elevator. And if you like to listen to music, you can listen to Pearl Jam all the way up to whatever floor you want to ride, which is all cool. Or if you want to watch Kramer like Mark does, you can watch Kramer in the elevator. It's all good. But that's the sort of experience that's being created today. That's the world that we live in. And it's very, very exciting. It is a disrupt or be disrupted world. It is an opportunity to innovate like we've never seen before. We are creating new business models. No industry in the world is immune to this opportunity. The possibilities are limitless. Sounds good, right? Not so easy. Because we have a bit of a crisis. We find ourselves with a bit of a crisis, the customer crisis. The fourth industrial revolution is creating a customer crisis because on the right hand, we have us, the customer, the end customer, the consumer, with this expectation, this pent-up demand, this desire, this yearning to be treated in a certain, with a certain experience in a certain way. And on the left, we have our companies. These are companies, almost 60% of them, that have not equipped themselves to leverage the technologies in this fourth industrial revolution. They have not embarked on the digital transformation, or they haven't completed their digital transformation. And so what can we do? What can all of us do to accelerate that digital transformation? What can we do to take advantage of closing this gap? Well, as usual, for the last 19 years, the answer is in this room. It is everybody in this room. It is all the Trailblazers who are doing amazing things to drive customer success in this fourth industrial revolution. Yeah, you can clap. It's all good. It's all of you. You know, this is all about those of you, you Trailblazers, who are customer innovators. You are technology disruptors. You are global shapers. You are people who are changing the world by leveraging this technology. And you are changing the world for good. This is a movement. This is a Trailblazer revolution, and we are seeing it by the size of this community. It is thriving. Over 5 million developer Trailblazers. That's crazy. Who would have thought that would be possible 19 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago? It is the fastest growing enterprise software development community in the world. You should be giving yourselves a round of applause. Now, Sarah Franklin tells me that we're going to have 100 million Trailblazers next month. Oh, I'm sorry, in 2 months. I'm sorry, when the MuleSoft acquisition closes. Okay. I knew it was something like that. But anyway, this community is thriving, and you are going to continue to change the world just like you have continued to change the world over the last 19 years. It's pretty awesome. And you have inspired us, and we have an obligation to you. And we have an obligation to build products that you inspire so that we can allow you to continue to transform the world and do amazing things so that we can hand out these golden hoodies that I see in the audience right here. And we do that with the Customer Success Platform. This was built for purpose to drive success for customers and digital transformation in this fourth industrial revolution. You look at marketing and commerce and service and communities and sales, and it goes on and on and on. Salesforce, because of you, is the only company in the world that can state the claim that we are the #1 B2C and B2B platform. Period, end of story. And it is all powered by this Salesforce platform, which is unbelievable. And you know what? It starts with Trailhead, right? Trailhead is what enables this community of rock stars that we affectionately call the Trailblazer. And so we do this for you, and we do this together, and we're really, really proud. And we've had unbelievable results. I mean, you can see these results. You know, it's not just about the numbers, though. It's about doing good, and it's about doing well. And we love the fact that we've gotten recognized as a company because of you, because of everything that we've done together. You know, it's great that we are the #1 world's most innovative company, inspired by you. It is great that we have been considered the #1 workplace for giving back, inspired by you. We love the fact that we get recognition from the Human Rights Campaign. We love that. Okay, it speaks volumes about who we are. And our financial results have been fantastic. Okay, we just finished our fiscal year 18. We did over $10.5 billion in revenue. We're the fastest growing top 5 enterprise software company. We're the fastest one to get to 10 billion. We'll be the fastest one to get to 20 billion. And when I say we, by the way, I'm not talking about Salesforce. I'm talking about all of us. This is all of our collective success. And so we are incredibly excited about what we've been able to accomplish with you. And it feels great because we did it together. We didn't do it alone, and we did it differently. We're not just any corporation. Now, we have taken incredible market share. And look, I love these slides. Far be it from me, by the way, to not do a little trash talking, so just bear with me for a second. Sorry, I can't help myself. But you know what? Because of all this success, everything that we've done, look, we have captured the markets. We created an industry 19 years ago when Mark and Parker created this unbelievable company. The enterprise cloud was born, a new business model, a new philanthropic model, a new technology model, and we are taking share. Now, this data actually is a little dated, and it doesn't capture what we've done over the last year, and certainly our FY18 results. But you can see Now study this carefully. We are up and to the right. The others, not so much. You know? So we are up and to the right, and you know, the other people who are kind of in our marketplace, they're, you know, they're whatever they are. Anyway, and then you look at us, just look at some of our products, okay? So that's the entire CRM platform, but then you think about just our products, okay? Let's start with Sales Cloud. Sales Cloud was obviously the first product that we released as a company. It's our #1 cloud. Onto itself, it's actually the largest cloud company next to Salesforce in the world, which is really cool. And you can see that even at our size and scale, we are capturing market share. We're over 36% market share. And you can see how others are doing in the marketplace. And once again, we're up and to the right, and they are not. That's the first thing that steps out in this slide, up and to the right for me when I keep looking at it. And I'm just basking in the glory of this. You should bask in the glory of this because you created this. The other thing that I think about when I see this slide is I feel like I should call Bill McDermott and say, dude, what's going on over there? You know? But anyway, and then we talk about service, okay? Service is incredibly important in the fourth industrial revolution. And again, you see this great market share. We're capturing market, 37.5%, up and to the right. And what's really cool about service is that service is what differentiates companies, particularly with all these amazing technologies. That's what differentiates companies in a very, very competitive world where the barrier to entry is very, very low and the opportunity to innovate is very, very high. We do it through service, customer service. Marketing automation, very, very fragmented market space. Lots of companies are in this space, but we have a market leadership position and very, very excited that our trajectory is up and to the right, as well as this partnership that we now have with Google Analytics that will allow us to do amazing things for the CMOs of the world. So we're very, very excited about the future of marketing automation and our B2C platform. And all of this success, by the way, has created the Salesforce economy, which is unbelievable. Right? We are creating millions of jobs for millions of Trailblazers, people like Adam and Carrie, who are right in the middle of this, right in the center of the Salesforce economy, where by 2022 we'll have 3.3 million jobs associated with Salesforce. Pretty incredible. Today, 2 out of the top 10 highest paid jobs are associated with Salesforce because of you. And the GDP impact that we will be vectoring in no short time is almost $1 trillion. That is a GDP that is actually bigger than most countries. Think about that. That to me just says opportunity. And then of course, most importantly, awesome. It's all because of you. You did this. $1 billion in social impact. That's giving back to organizations that do amazing things for the world. So we're very, very proud of this Salesforce economy because it just creates opportunity. And if there's one thing that we need in this world right now, it's opportunity. Now, we've done this the right way, like many of you have done in your own life. It's based on our core values. And you know, we have 4 core values that are very, very important because we believe that we're in the business of making the world a better place, and that's why these values are so important to us. And it starts with trust. Trust is our #1 value. It is our #1 value. And if you don't have trust, you don't have anything. Okay? So this is trust in your personal life. This is trust in your professional lives. This is trust with your customers, trust with your employees, trust with your partners. Everything starts with trust. And then our second value is about growth. Now, we love growth. Our vision, our mission, our purpose, everything that we do is to inspire and create growth with our customers so that they can grow with their customers. That's why growth is so important. But it's also personal growth. It's not just about being a publicly traded company. It's about providing opportunity for people to grow in their personal lives and in their careers. Innovation, #3. This is cellular. This is part of our DNA. All of us together, you inspire us to innovate, whether we do it organically or inorganically. Our ideas come from you. We release 3 amazing waves of technology every year, and those ideas come from you. When we build a new cloud, those ideas come from you, our Trailblazers. When we acquire a company, those ideas come from you. You drive our innovation. You inspire us. And we, in turn, embrace that, and we try to create the world's greatest products for you. And then equality. This is the foundation of everything, and I'm going to spend a few minutes on this in a second. But this is the bedrock of who we are, equality for everybody. I could not tell you how important that is, not enough. And we don't just talk about it, we walk the walk. We all know that. 19 years ago when the company was born, not 15 years ago, not 10 years ago, we did the 1-1-1 model. 1% of the time, the equity, the products going to organizations that are doing great work in the world, that are doing incredible missions. And today we have over 2.3 million volunteer hours, over 168 million grants, 32,000 nonprofit organizations and educational institutions. They are driving amazing good work leveraging our technology. And by the way, if you are a .org and one of these organizations, can you please stand up and be recognized? Please stand up and be recognized. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Now, we live in a world today, and I think we would say it's a little bit of a crazy world. There's a lot of disruption. There's societal disruption. There's unease in the economic markets. There's unease in the political markets. There's unease in the equality markets. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. And this is a time where the public sector and the private sector need to come together, and where corporations and all of us represented in this room need to step forward and do something and meet those organizations halfway. We have to do something. We have to demonstrate leadership. And we believe at Salesforce that business is the greatest platform there is for change. And you know what? We have taken some strong positions. We have strong beliefs. And it starts with public education. We believe that every child deserves a world-class education. Because if you have education, you have equality. And if you have equality, you have opportunity. And we sponsor schools, we invest in schools, and I know many of the people in the audience are doing that, but we believe that every child deserves a great education. And how is it possible in today's world that that's not taking place? We believe in gender equality. And you know, we lead from the front on this one. Everybody should be paid the same for the same job. It's hard to believe it's crazy. It's hard to believe that we live in a world where there's not equal pay for equal work. And you know, every year, Mark and Cindy Robbins, who's our president of employee success, they sit down and they take a look at this, and we make sure that we make the adjustments appropriately so that people are paid appropriately for the same work. And you know, just to personalize this a little bit, my wife and I are blessed. So we have 5 children. We have 2 young daughters, relatively young daughters, and we have 3 sons, excuse me. Oops. Sorry, honey. Anyway, we have 5 children together, okay? 2 daughters and 3 sons. And you know what? I'll tell you something that really bothers me. I can't understand a world where our daughters would not have the same opportunities as our sons. I don't get that. And it's something that we've got to make sure that we take care of every single day, because everybody should have the same opportunity, period, end of story. Am I right? Okay. LGBTQ. Look, we believe that everybody is equal. There should be equality for every human being, period, end of story. This is not debatable. You know, we've taken very strong stands in Indiana, in Texas, in North Carolina, in Georgia. And we will not stop until this is right. You have our commitment that we will not stop until this is right. Every human being should be treated the same way. And diversity is equality, right? This is all about inclusion. This is all about inclusion. Inclusion makes great people. It makes great organization. It makes great governments. It makes great society. How can we be in a world where we don't have inclusion? Diversity is equality. And finally, the environment. The environment is equality. You know, we need to protect our planet for future generations. You know, you just heard the story of my 4 or 5 children. I'm never going to live that one down. I'm not going to tell you which one I omitted. It's all good. But we live in a world where we have to protect the planet for future generations. I mean, can you imagine living in a world where we can't breathe the air, or that we don't have clean water to drink, and they're doing this to our children? I mean, we all have families, right? We have parents, we have brothers, we have sisters, we have children. We have to be committed to environment is equality. And we will continue to do that. And you see a picture of the Salesforce Tower, which is one of the most eco-friendly buildings that you'll find around the world, because we're leading from the front on this. Look, equality is very important. It will change the world, and that's what we're all about. And this goes back to business is the greatest platform for change. And that means that all of us have the opportunity to embrace business as a platform for change and change our lives and do something differently and do something better for society. Now, we have a person here who I believe is a rock star. I'm actually humbled that I'm in this person's presence because I've been talking about him for years. All Salesforce people have actually been talking about him for years. And his story about using business and technology as a platform for change for himself, for his family, is pretty amazing. So I just want you to hear this story. Let's roll that film.
I want a good life for my kids. And they say, say money can't buy you happiness, but at a certain point it can buy you some time with your kids, and that's pretty darn close. My grandparents were survivors of the Great Depression, and it was always communicated to me to consider work a blessing. Most of my family worked labor jobs. My dad's a factory worker, but his whole career, and that was always what I thought I would do. I was homeschooled my entire way through school. I never went to public school a day of my life. My mom was my teacher. I basically dropped out at 16. I started my first job the day after my 16th birthday because we wanted to make a living. I ended up in a manufacturing position, slicing deli meat, processing deli meat. The facility was in a man-made cave underground here in Missouri, but it was a job, and a lot of people were losing their jobs and losing their homes and losing everything else. I felt lucky to have a job at all. I felt lucky to be working. The thing that was the most sobering was probably having my son and realizing that I had to have more of a structured plan in place. Looks good, bud. At some point, I knew there had to be something I could learn to do to provide a better future. I have a cousin that comes from a similar background that I do, and he landed in a job as a developer for Salesforce. And he said, well, you'd probably be okay to be an admin. The light bulb kind of came on, and this was all of a sudden something I could learn to do without a whole lot of risk. There were these online videos that were hands-on training, were much more technical, much more guided. At the same time, I found out that there was a whole community of people I could connect with and learn from. It was a huge weight off my shoulders, and I wasn't the only one. Once the pieces all clicked, then the bulb was on nice and bright. About 4 months later, I had an interview, the biggest interview of my life. I told my current boss, you will not interview anyone else for this position that is nearly as excited about this as I am.
He probably didn't know it at the time, but he was an easy choice. The biggest impact is his passion for Salesforce and educating others. He's really built a name for himself.
It's an account page in Salesforce. It was remarkable. It was from the factory floor to dealing with some of the most advanced technology in the world. I made it. I did it.
You see, it doesn't just affect his work life, it affects his home life. You know, he works hard for us. I'm just really proud of him. You know, I always have been. So, sorry.
My American dream is providing for my family and having enough time to spend with them. I found it. Blazing a trail means leaving a trail that can be followed. And now I need to turn around and build a highway behind me to pass it on, to pay it forward. Trailhead is the front door of the new economy to change your life. It's all free, it's all online, it's all accessible. The jobs are out there, the security for your family can be had. I'm living proof that there's a place for anyone in the new economy. You just have to reach for it. I'm Zach Otero, and I'm a Trailblazer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Otero. How you doing, buddy? Way to go. So, how you doing?
Better than I have been in the past.
There you go. You know, as I said earlier, we've been telling your story. It is an incredible story. It's inspirational. I mean, you're a rock star, man. You know that, right?
They tell me.
Yeah. Well, as long as your wife tells you, that's, I think, most
I'll agree.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So you are actually the original golden hoodie.
I am.
That's pretty rarefied air.
Yeah.
Can you just turn around so we can see this thing? I mean, this is pretty awesome. All right. So what's it like to be a trailblazer?
Well, as I said in the film, blazing a trail to me means leaving a trail that someone else can successfully follow. I feel like if you're the first one through into the Green Valley, you're responsible to tell the rest of the group how to get through the pass and how to successfully make those steps to be where you are. If you're in a position of where you've been lucky enough and blessed enough as I have to pass that on, to send the elevator back down. And I feel like that's a responsibility. That's what Trailblazer means to me. As a matter of fact, I've had a friend reach out from the same facility that we worked in, reached out to me 2 years later after being laid off for a second time and said, okay, what is the Salesforce thing exactly? Because it seems to have worked out for you.
You're looking good, man.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm happy to say I've worked with him getting him certified on Salesforce and volunteering with nonprofits and interviewing for jobs. So I'm one at a time. We'll get there.
That's awesome. So, you've got a whole audience out here. You're an inspiration to so many people. What's your advice? What would you tell people? How do they do this?
Lean into the community. I've never experienced anything. None of us have ever experienced anything quite like the Salesforce community. Get involved. Get plugged into your user group. Just get on Twitter. It's as simple as getting on Twitter. Get connected with the people that are gonna be there to support you. Because coming from a background like I do in manufacturing, where the guy next to you on the production line might not give you a bathroom break if there isn't something in it for him.
Yeah.
Having an enormous group of people to go to for advice is invaluable. It's what helped me make that change.
Yeah, that's just great advice. Listen, we appreciate everything that you do, everything you represent. You're the ultimate trailblazer. You're the ultimate hoodie. We're going to enshrine that thing. How about a warm round of applause for Zach?
Thank you.
Great job, man. Really, it's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we've talked about what's in store for the next couple days at TrailheaDX. We've talked about amazing technologies. We've talked about the 4 stages of all these different industrial revolutions and what that can mean and how we can embrace them. But here's what's really important. I'll say it again. We live in a time where we can do something amazing. You all as a community, our trailblazers, have done something amazing for 19 years. And we have an opportunity to do more in the next 19 years than we did together in the last 19 years. And my ask is, let's change the world together. Are you with me? All right. Thank you so much. I hope everybody enjoys the next couple of days. You guys are going to have a great time. Thank you so much. All right. It is a privilege and an honor to introduce the next speaker, who is a great person and a great leader and a visionary, Mr. Brett Taylor.
Thank you so much. This is awesome. My first TrailheaDX. I'm so excited to be here. I have to tell you, I've had the privilege of being a software engineer and a product designer at some amazing companies like Google and Facebook, and there is nothing like this community in the world. I mean, it's truly the foundation of this company. It's why I come into work every day. We would not be here if not for all of you, so thank you so much. This community is amazing. When I look around the room, I realize all of you individually, you're the ones driving the digital transformation of our economy. If you just feel the optimism in the air in here, do you all feel that? You look at the 4th Industrial Revolution and you see things like artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things, and I think the people in this room, you don't see risks, you see opportunity. Opportunity to transform the relationships you're building with your customers. And it's interesting because every time I come to this event and interact with this community, I'm reminded of one very important thing. Digital transformation starts and ends with the customer. We're not here to learn about technology for technology's sake. All of us are here in this room because we know that our customers expect a different version of our companies than they did a decade ago. Modern customers expect connected experiences. Modern customers want service wherever they are, whether they're staring at their phone, as pretty much they all are all the time nowadays, or glancing at their watch, or chatting with Alexa, or standing in front of a service agent. Modern customers want personalized service and marketing and commerce. They want personalization at every touch point with your brand. And modern customers know that every device around them is connected to the Internet of Things, from their tires to the thermostat. And they want an integrated, intelligent experience that makes all of these things sing, all of these things work together. And the thing that I think about a lot is it is so hard to make connected experiences nowadays because these technologies are changing every single day, every single week. But the opportunity for all of us in this room is when you build those connected experiences, it's totally magical. I'd love to talk a little bit more about what I think a connected experience look like. One of my favorite stories that Keith was talking about was Marriott. And I want to talk to you about this amazing trailblazing company, because for me, Marriott is amazing. This is not a company born in the digital era. This is not a technology startup. Marriott was founded in 1927, but they have digitally transformed their company to provide a connected experience at every step of the trip. So as it turns out, I've been spending a lot of time with Sarah and the Trailhead team lately, and let's just say I've got Serengeti on the mind. I don't know why. If you come to our offices, you'll find out. It's all Serengeti all the time. So I thought a good way to show you this Marriott experience was to book a safari in Zambia. So I get this personalized offer from Marriott for this safari in Zambia, and it seems amazing. I have a family with 3 kids. This seems like a perfect family-friendly vacation to unplug after TrailheaDX and see a safari, which I've never been on before. Now, here's the cool thing. Here's why this experience is connected. I get this offer on my phone, and I've got the Marriott app installed on my phone, so I can actually book this entire experience without leaving my kitchen table. I can choose my hotel, and so since I got 3 kids, I add a few more pillows and blankets. Pretty important they all have a place to sleep. Step one of the trip accomplished. I can even book this entire trip without pulling out my wallet, because this app is connected to Apple Pay. 2 taps and a facial scan later, I've booked a trip without pulling out my wallet or stepping up from the kitchen table. This is like science fiction. Imagine describing this to someone a decade ago. This is crazy. But here's the thing. Marriott knows that a connected experience isn't about a transaction. A connected experience is that end-to-end customer experience, and that connection continues when we land on our trip. Now, here's the cool thing. We're pulling up in the car to the hotel. I can actually check into the hotel from my Apple Watch before I even get out of the car. And we don't need to wait in line to get a key card for our room or check in. We just walk up to our room, and I unlock it, and my kids are hanging out on the couch within about 30 seconds of pulling up to the hotel. And if you have 3 small children, you know how freaking awesome that is. And then immediately, my wife steals my phone and turns up the temperature she does in every single room she's ever walked into. And she doesn't need to search the walls for the thermostat. This is a connected room. My kids can start fighting over what music to listen to while my wife and I unpack our suitcases. This is crazy because this is interesting. This isn't a hotel room. This is our hotel room. Every step of this journey is personalized to me and my family's preferences. This is what it means to be connected. But more than just connected, this experience is intelligent. Without my even reaching out, the front desk noticed that our flight got in early and we might be hungry. They offered to bring some food to the room. They even give me a replacement for my lost iPhone charger. This is proactive, predictive service. Modern customer experiences are predictive and intelligent because they're based on data, and they're based on this incredibly powerful new technologies. For me as the customer, it just seems like magic. They just figured this out. But behind the scenes, we have these amazing technologies powering these almost deceptively simple, magical experiences. Our entire trip is like this. We get recommendations for activities we can take, restaurants we can visit. This entire experience has transformed my relationship with Marriott from my just being a customer of this one transaction to really a loyal advocate for their brand. This is the power of creating a connected and personalized experience. So how did Marriott do this? I would say the main thing that Marriott did is they created a 360-degree view of the customer, a single view of the customer, of me and my family. And they did this by connecting everything. They connected all the systems at Marriott, their CRM, their ERP, their data warehouse, and they connected every device. The device in my pocket, the device on my wrist, the device on the walls of the hotel room. All of these devices were working together in a connected way to give me this experience. And I really think this is the promise of these new technologies. How can everyone in this room create a connected customer experience for their customers? This is our vision for the Salesforce platform. All of you can create experiences like this. It all starts with Lightning. Lightning Platform is the fastest way to build applications that work on every single device. And of course, every Lightning app is powered by Einstein, so all of your applications can be predictive and intelligent, whether or not you're a data scientist. Every app can be smarter with Einstein. But here's the thing. So I've been in this job for a few months, and the first thing I did is I went on the road and I talked to a large number of you all over the world. I heard over and over again that one of the hardest things about building a connected application was actually the connection. You know, I heard over and over again, look, I'm not like an Apple or a Google. I don't have a building full of software engineers with PhDs. I'm a 100-year-old insurance firm, and my IT infrastructure is a total mess. How do I connect all these systems to build experiences like these? And that's why I'm so excited today to announce our newest cloud and the newest capability in the Salesforce platform, the Salesforce Integration Cloud. Thank you. Our vision for the Integration Cloud is totally simple. We want to enable you to connect every system, connect every customer, and connect every device to your applications. Whether those systems are on premises or in the cloud, whether those customers are in multiple orgs or multiple clouds, and no matter where those devices live, we want to enable you to connect all of those things to create a connected customer experience. That's the Salesforce Integration Cloud. And that's why we were so excited last week to announce our intent to acquire MuleSoft. When I was on the road and I talked to people who are working on integration projects, I heard over and over again from developers that MuleSoft was the technology they went to for their integration projects. How many people in the room have heard of MuleSoft before? That's awesome. So the MuleSoft Anypoint platform is absolutely amazing. It enables you to create an application network of every application at your company and expose that as a uniform API that you can use to build connected applications. For those of you who are MuleSoft customers today, we are so excited to partner with you on your integration projects, whether or not those projects involve Salesforce. And for those of you who are new to MuleSoft, MuleSoft will power the integration cloud and all of your Lightning apps will be more connected. I would just love if the muleys from MuleSoft, do you mind standing up again and being recognized? I just hope you feel the energy in this room. We are so excited to welcome you to this Trailblazer Ohana. We are so excited about the prospect of working with you. We're inspired by your technology, and I'm just excited at the prospect that you're joining Salesforce. Thank you so much. So, integration is the next big new capability of the Salesforce platform. Just like you can make your apps smarter with Einstein, you can make your apps faster with Lightning, you can make all of your applications more connected with the Salesforce Integration Cloud. And we're going to go deep on all of these new capabilities today. First, we're going to give you a much deeper overview of this new Integration Cloud and show you how you can connect every experience. And then we'll walk you through the Lightning Platform and show you you can build apps faster. And of course, we're going to walk through Einstein and show you can make all your apps more intelligent. And then finally, there's Trailhead. Trailhead is the lifeblood of all these technologies. With Trailhead, you'll be able to learn how to apply all of these new technologies to your businesses and up-level your career. To start, I'd love to introduce Patrick Stokes, the Senior Vice President of Integration Cloud, to tell you a little bit more about this amazing new technology. Patrick?
Oh, we blew it. How you doing, guys? Good morning, TDX. They told me I should dance when I get up on stage. What do you guys think? Wasn't very good, was it? I'm not going to dance. Good morning. I am so excited to be here at TDX this morning, to be surrounded by so many just inspiring people like Zach, who are doing just these amazing things for themselves, for their businesses, but I think more importantly for their local communities. It's really just incredible. And that's why I feel so privileged and honored to be on this stage today to introduce you all for the very first time to our brand new cloud, the Salesforce Integration Cloud. I'm really excited to walk you through what that looks like. Now, before I get started, this is going to be a little bit different than some of the other presentations you're going to see this week. And that's because this is largely a sneak peek. This is a sneak peek into what we've been working on for the last few months and what we're going to continue to be working on really aggressively over these next few years. And so we want to just jump right in and show you what that looks like. Now, Brett talked a little bit earlier about the importance of having connected customer experiences. And nowhere is that more important for me than in the service experience. It's one I think about all the time. When I call in to a service agent or I pull out my phone and I chat into some sort of customer service interaction, I just want my problem to be solved quickly. I don't want the complexity of their infrastructure to be inflicted into my experience. I don't want them to have to ask me the same questions they ask me over and over again, and I don't want them to have to forward me on to somebody else who can better handle my problem. Well, here's a little secret. The customer service agent on the other side, they get all the heat for this, but they want the same thing. They want to be able to help me quickly as well. They get tired of asking the same questions over and over again. They get tired of having to open up a new tab in their system, type in a bunch of account information into a disconnected system in order to help me with my problem. And that is where the Salesforce Integration Cloud comes in. It is our mission to enable everyone in this room, all of the developers, the admins, the SIs and partners, to connect every system in your ecosystem, to connect all of your customers within those systems, and to connect the experiences that those customers have on any device that they need to have it. That's our mission. And it starts with a powerful integration platform, a platform with a foundation of connectivity into any system, Salesforce systems or non-Salesforce systems. We need to be able to connect to absolutely everything. And then we need to be able to manage the full end-to-end lifecycle of the APIs that come along in those systems. And finally, we need to be able to discover them all. It's incredibly important for us to enable the folks in this room to discover all of the APIs and services that are available to you when you are building these connected experiences. Now, on top of that, we need a declarative UI. We're a little bit big on that here at Salesforce. We want to enable the admins. And so we're building a new UI called Integration Builder, which enables all of the admins and developers in this room to declaratively connect all of these systems together, to define your common customer model or your single view of your customer, and then to top-down globally manage all of your rules and policy management and governance in our secure and trusted environment. And then finally, you need integrated experiences. Once you have this platform, we want to be able to enable you all to build these better customer experiences, the type that you saw with the Marriott app. Now, of course, that means we're going to do it as well. Our cloud teams, I'm really excited to be able to build these better customer experiences, and our industry teams are excited to build better industry solutions. But perhaps the most important one, the one that we are so excited about, is enabling all of our Trailblazers. Our community, our Ohana, our partners, and our SIs, and our admins and developers. We will make this platform available to all of you to connect in, to connect your systems, connect your customers, and build these same types of experiences. And so what I want to do for just the next few minutes is we want to show you how this comes together within Integration Builder. So we're going to jump over to a demo. Before I do, though, I just want to call out our demo team in the back. I usually say the booth, but they've got a Jeep today. There they are. They're going to be putting in some work. Kara, can you? They're putting in a lot of work today. Kara, can you say hi real quick? I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but I kind of like it. All right, so we're going to jump over to the demo if we could. So here we are on the home page of the all-new Integration Cloud. And as you might expect, the first thing you can see when you get here is the systems that you have connected. So we've got Salesforce systems on the left, and we can click into that, and you'll see what you expect to see, which is all of the different Salesforce systems that you can connect to. But on the other side of that, you'll notice we have other data. These are the other systems that we can connect to. Now, we want to make this as declarative as possible. So up in the top right, we don't want to just have you go in and start adding systems one at a time. We want to kind of guide you through an experience. And to do that today, we're going to consider just a typical retail customer. And they want to create a better connected experience between a service and commerce interaction. And so we're going to look at some of the guides here that we have. We're going to click See All Guides. And here is an all-new way to discover integration. What we've done is we've taken all of the common integrations that we're hearing from our customers, and we're treating them the same way we would treat an app. We're making them discoverable and bubbling them up and enabling our customers to come in and search for what they want and then declaratively set up those integrations. So in this case, we're going to enable service for commerce, so we're going to go ahead and start that guide. And what this is going to do is it's going to guide us through everything we need to do in order to enable service for commerce. So the first thing we need to do is connect our data sources. So we'll start there. Now, as you would expect, we need a Commerce Cloud. We need a Service Cloud. So we'll get started with Commerce Cloud. We'll hit Connect. We're going to go through the OAuth dance that we've all seen once or twice. We'll click Allow. And just to save us some time, we have a system here that we've already blown out. We want to show you some more connected systems, so we're going to bounce over to that screen. So I want to call out something here, because this is really awesome. So you see the Commerce Cloud that we just connected, and you see the Service Cloud. But what's interesting about Service Cloud, it's not one Service Cloud. There's multiple. Multi-org is hugely important. When we were out on the road getting customer feedback, all we heard over and over again how important it is to connect multiple orgs within Salesforce. And there's all sorts of reasons why you have these multiple orgs. It might just be regional like it is here for our retail customer NTO. We've got a Sales Cloud, but we've also got a third-party data source. In a retail environment, loyalty is incredibly important. In commerce and service, that loyalty information, there's all sorts of interesting things that we would want to do with that within the context of a customer experience. And so we've connected a loyalty provider to our data sources as well. OK, so we're all done. We're done connecting our systems. It's time to connect our customers. There is customer data in each of these systems, and we want to map that to a single view of that customer. So we're going to do that. We're going to click Map Data. And here we are, again, a declarative UI to create that common view of the customer. On the left, all of the data systems that we just connected, all of the fields and attributes that are in there. On the right, the extensible common view of your customer. This is all the data that you can bring in and make available in any experience. Now, you can see we've automatically mapped some of these data fields together. We understand the metadata between the two, so we're able to do that. But you'll notice up on the left in our Northern Trail Outfitters North America Service Cloud org, we have a custom field. The custom field is called camper name. Now, we want to get that custom field into our canonical model on the right. So to do that, we don't have a field yet for it. We need to create a placeholder. We need to create a new field. So we'll click Edit List. And the nickname, that'll work. We'll just go ahead and click Nickname. We'll use that. We'll hit Save. And we've now added a brand new field to our common customer model. Now, all we have to do is map the camper name custom field over there. And we do that just like that. Just a quick click, and we're all set. Super, super easy. So we're done connecting our systems. We're done connecting our customers. Let's go ahead and hit Save. We've earned our first Integration Cloud badge. Now, before we show you, I love the confetti. Before we show you what the experience looks like, I just want to switch back to the dashboard, that first page we were on, and show you what we've done. So we started with no connected systems. We now have 3 Service Cloud orgs, a Commerce Cloud org, an outside partner loyalty data, and a Sales Cloud org, all connected to our global integration cloud here. And what we've done is, in the background, we have found 29.1 million aggregate customer records across all of those data sources. Now, there's going to be a lot of overlap there. There's also going to be a lot of white space there. Some systems are going to know the same customer, and some systems aren't going to know that customer at all. And so what the Integration Cloud has done is it's gone into all of those customer records, and it's matched all those customers down. It's reconciled it down to the 7.1 million unique customer records and put them into that common model that we just defined. The Integration Cloud did all of that for you. Thank you. So we're all set. We're just about done. What I want to do is we're just going to switch context here and bounce over to the Service Console and give you a quick view at how this comes together. So we think back to that phone call that I make. In this case, Robin Stone calls in. She's bought something on the NTO commerce site. She's got a little problem. She calls in. Well, now our service agent has everything that he needs right at his fingertips. On the left, he has that common view of the customer. And that is the view that we defined. It wouldn't matter if we saw Robin in a service experience or in a sales experience. That common view is going to persist. And because we've connected that outside data source, we see all of the loyalty information right there as well, which might be really important. It might change the way that service experience is handled. And on the right, we have all of the data from the Commerce Cloud. And that's really neat. Because we mapped all of that customer data together, we have a federated view of who that customer is within each of these data systems, and we're able to reach into those systems and pull out the data that we need. In this case, what's in her cart and what she's ordered in the past. So now we have everything we need to make this an amazing connected experience. Our agent doesn't have to go anywhere else. He's happier, and that's going to reflect down onto Robin. She's going to get a better experience as well. And that's what the Salesforce Integration Cloud does. We connect all of your systems, we connect all of your customers, and we connect all of your experiences on any device. And that's the Salesforce Integration Cloud. Brett, back to you.
Thank you. Pretty awesome, huh? So I'm very dark. It's the mystique, right, going on right here. Good. No, it's all good. So Integration Cloud, our vision is really simple. We want all of your applications to be more connected. But how do you build those applications? That's the power of Lightning. And I'd love to introduce Leah McGowan-Hare to tell you how to build. No introduction necessary, right? To tell you how you can build apps faster with Lightning. Leah?
Cannot hold still when you hear Stevie Wonder. Like, I'm really trying to keep it together and not like break out in my mama's dance, you know, back in the day. So, Stevie Wonder. I'm feeling it all over. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the safari. I got my safari shoes, faux for the record. But what I'm really feeling was Zach's heartfelt story. Man, thank you, Zach. And what I love that Zach said in that video was that he is living proof that there's space in the Salesforce economy for everyone. Because with Salesforce, everyone is empowered to build apps fast. Now, whether you identify as an admin, a developer, a consultant, whether you're new to Salesforce or experienced, we have the right tool for you. And this is all powered by the Lightning Platform. We have no-code builders that allow you to go from idea to app quickly. And we have pro-code tools that will allow you to extend that functionality with code, as well as manage your application development. And then enterprise services that are baked right into the platform. Now, when you build on the Lightning Platform, you automatically inherit a wealth of services, ranging from reports and dashboards, security and access, APIs, and new Lightning Flow features. Now, these are available to you right at your fingertips. There is absolutely no reason to reinvent it. These services allow you to grow and scale at global levels. And a company that is doing just that is WeWork. Let's check out the video.
When we started WeWork in 2010, we began building spaces for the future of work, for people who are increasingly mission-driven, purpose-driven, and looking for a workplace that allows them to make a life and not just a living. There is a global, fundamental shift in the way people work, and WeWork is at the forefront of this movement. So how do we do it? We find the real estate, transform buildings through data-driven design, and manage operations so member companies of all sizes can focus on growing their businesses. We think about spaces where people work, where people meet, where they nourish, where they refresh, where they go for inspiration, and we bring all of these together into the ecosystem that formulates the workplace. In other words, we build a platform that provides our members with the space, services, and community they need to create their life's work. We began with small offices, serving freelancers, startups, and creators. But as we grew, we realized the value we could bring to larger enterprise organizations. And so we began designing products and spaces to meet their unique needs. Whether it's access to our global portfolio, private offices to test a new market, or a fully customized HQ, our team can deliver it all.
Yes, WeWork. Great spaces, great video. Now, WeWork, you heard they started off serving entrepreneurs and freelancers, and now they're serving enterprise companies. So they have to grow and scale, and they need tools like the Lightning Platform that will grow and scale with them. So let's look at what their experience is building apps fast with the Lightning Platform. And driving us through this experience, literally, we got Kara and Renee on the ones and twos back there. Let's bring up the demo. So WeWork uses this Lightning console to manage their B2B sales. So here we're looking at a lead, and it's Carla Duarte from Pacifica, company Pacifica, looking for space for her employees. Now this lead page is good, but we can make it great. With the power of our no-code builders, we simply can click on Edit right here, Edit Page, and it will bring us into the app builder. And here we have standard components available right out of the box, a variety of functionality that we can bring onto the page. Then we have custom components that allow you to extend the functionality with code. And then our enterprise services, where you can download these directly from AppExchange components right onto the page. Now we're gonna bring over the path component. It's a standard component available right out of the box. And what that will do is show the lead status right at the top of the page. Then we want to bring over a flow component. And we've created a custom flow called Custom Office Designer. Now this flow will help WeWork create those innovative spaces for their customers. Because in order to do that, they've got to ask the right question. And this flow will do exactly that. And here, you also notice that we're binding it, curly bracket bang, record.id. So what's gonna happen is, you can't take the developer out of me, just sorry. You can put all the makeup on, but you just can't take the developer outside. So, okay, so there, when we go back to the page, let's go back to the page, and here we can see we've got the path right at the top, looks great. We still got Carla Duarte's information there from Pacifica, and look to the right. We now have that flow, and it's pre-populated with the information from the lead record. Now, it's taking in this information so that it can recommend office spaces. So when we click on Next, it's gonna go ahead and show us their recommended office locations. So here we see 3 beautiful locations, and as we go over each of the different locations, the information changes below. That's an interactive component. But wait a minute, hold up. That's not the flow that I know. That flow has a really rich UI. That's because we customize the functionality of this flow with code. That is a custom component embedded in a flow. So let's go and look at the code behind that. So here we have some code, and we're using the Lightning-based component. We're using Lightning input field, and we're setting the attribute field name to the API name of the field desired move-in, __C for custom, sorry. And here, what we're doing is these components are metadata mindful. What that means is that it knows the metadata, so it knows how to render it onto the page as well as the data type. So that means less code, faster development. Let's go back and finish out the code. Oh, excuse me, the flow. So let's go ahead and click on Next. And what it's doing is taking in the information, and flow in the background is actually creating records. And then it's rendering the information to us in this amazing component that has a 2D rendering. Now in here, as we hover over different parts of the rendering, you're noticing the information is changing on the other component. And now we can actually blow up, go ahead and zoom in on a certain area right there. So what's happening is Carla can design that space with her WeWork manager. She may want to say, let's bring in another chair. Let's bring in another chair. And we can drop it. Now, I know that's cool. You guys can give it up for that. That is pretty cool. If you see or I say something you like, it is okay to clap. It is okay to snap, whatever works. So here we go ahead and we can actually tilt it, and we can change the color. So we're going to go in. Let's make it white. And then we're going to go ahead. Now, I want you to take note. Right now on the office detail plan, it says 5. Seating capacity is 5. But we just added another chair. So if we click that, it just updated. So these components are having a conversation with each other. And this is powered by the Lightning framework. Pretty awesome. Now, this looks really good on the desktop. But we know people are on the go, on mobile. Some of y'all on it right now, probably working. So you need to be able to have access. Here we can see, due to our enterprise services, it's automatically available. We did not have to change anything. Automatically available on the mobile device. Awesome. But you know, yes, okay, good, yes. Yes, you can clap. It is okay. Now, there's one other thing I want to do here. This doesn't have the look or feel of WeWork. Let's go ahead and make it have the look and feel. Now, this is as simple as going in under setup. We do not have to change any cascading style sheets. We can type in the word theme, and it's going to bring us to our custom themes and branding. Now here, we have some standard themes and branding out of the box, and then we've created a custom one for WeWork. Let's drill into that. So here we can see, you choose the theme name, you choose the logos, as well as the color palette. And now we can activate this, and it has now the look and the feel of WeWork. That looks good. You like that? Yeah, you like that. That's a WeWork customer right there. So here we have all of the color. Now it looks like it. Now what have we done? We've made some changes. Now we need to get these changes from my development environment that we've been working in into production. And we have the power of our pro code tools that will help us do this seamlessly. So the first thing I want to do is go into my IDE. Because while we are building fast, we never sacrifice quality. So we're going to run some tests. And with the Lightning testing service, you can use whatever JavaScript testing framework you like, whether it's Jasmine, Mocha, Tape, Jest, Ava, whichever one works for you. We're using Jasmine, and we run these tests, and we can see it's 100%. Awesome. Now, we want to take our code, and we want to push it up to Get. Why? Because Get is my source of truth. My development environment was my resource, but source is my Get right here. So here, we're on Get, and when I click on it, I want to do a pull request. And when I do that pull request, it's going to trigger my CI to run on Heroku, my continuous integration. Now, Heroku helps me manage my application development. So let's jump over to Heroku and see what that looks like. So here in Heroku, I have this set up for how my application development works, right? It helps me organize my changes and which environments I want to push them to. And this would be set up to be reflective of how your application development is. So you could have, one for a full sandbox for QA or a partial sandbox for UAT, however you have it set up. Here we go from review apps, and then I want to promote it to production from staging. By simply clicking the button, it goes straight into production. Now that is the power of pro code tools. Now, I want to see what this looks like in production. And we have live here our WeWork manager, Matt, and Carla Duarte from Pacifica. And they're going to go ahead and actually pull it up on there. Let's just check it out. And you know what? I want to sneak over here and see what it looks like too. Well, this is pretty amazing. Hold on. We have a whole nother level. We just went from 2D to 3D. I went in on this. Here I come. Let's have some fun. Oh, yeah. Look at the chairs. This is the chair that I actually picked out. This looks good. Now that is how you build apps fast with the Lightning Platform. Back to you, Brett.
That was pretty awesome. So I'm standing here next to probably the most energetic group at this event, the Pep Up Tech crew. Yeah. So what did you think? What did you think of the Lightning Platform? Pretty awesome? Awesome. So we've learned how to make applications more connected with the Integration Cloud. We've learned how to make apps fast with the Lightning Platform. Now we're going to learn how to make apps smart with Lightning, and I would love to invite Zane Turner to the stage to tell us a little bit more about Einstein.
Hey, thanks, Brett. Hello, TrailheaDX, and hello, world. Thank you to everyone watching online right now. It's awesome to be here with all of you. And I'm really excited to talk about making smart apps because today's customers want smart apps. But what we think of as smart is changing. We don't just expect apps to have a connection with our data. We want them to transform that data and give us insights into what just happened, what is happening, what could happen. Insights that allow you to take action. Smart is my car almost being out of gas and giving me directions to a gas station. And all of us in this room and all over the world that build and maintain apps know that next level of smart isn't easy. But when you build on Salesforce, we make it easier for you to make your apps smarter with Einstein. It's artificial intelligence built right into the platform that gives us whole families of services that we can use to get that next level of smart into our apps. Whether that's Einstein language with sentiment and intent that you can combine with the new powers in Einstein chatbots to provide interactive service on any channel, which we're going to look at, or Einstein vision with object detection and image classification, helping you understand the world around you, or even getting more insights out of your data in Salesforce with the new capabilities of Einstein Prediction Builder, which we're also going to look at. With 1 billion Einstein predictions per day, you can get that next level of smart into your apps at scale. And I'm also excited to talk today about brand new, the new Einstein Analytics developer experience, which means you can infuse your Lightning components with data from Einstein Analytics to surface those insights in any custom app and create interactive and contextual experiences. And we are definitely looking at this. And I'm also going to show you how you can make your apps smart with Quip Live Apps. New today, live apps are coming to the App Exchange, which means you have more ways to integrate those tools you know and love to collaborate faster with interactive apps right in Quip. So now, Renee and Kara, let's go ahead and hit the gas because we're about to show everyone what it means for WeWork to make their apps smart. From collaboration to analytics to prediction, we're going places. Are you ready to go? All right, so I want us to start here in Quip, which is our collaboration platform with living documents, because this Pacifica Office build-out document is where we're going to pull together all the tools that we need to turn that vision that Leah just showed us into a reality. So up top, we have a project countdown. That's a live app provided by Quip, so we can keep track of what's happening. And down below, that on-site 3D rendering, that's a custom live app that WeWork can build to capture that AR working session with Carla that just happened. And down even further, we have a space where I want to bring in our actual project management tool. And now, thanks to Quip Live Apps on the App Exchange, we can now at TaskRay and pull in the app we're already using for project management and bring in the Pacifica Office build-out plan right here. No changing tools to get my work done. And I can see that our office build-out is pretty much finished. The last thing we need to do is kick off a Marketing Cloud welcome journey, which I can do right here. But before I do that, I just want to know that that first email we're going to send is perfect. So Renee and Kara, let's go ahead and @ Marketing Cloud, and let's use another live app to integrate the tools we're already using and get that exact email we're going to send to the customer right here in Quip. And now I can see a preview of what Carla and her entire team are going to get. I don't have to go anywhere. It's all here for me in Quip. Now this email, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Now this email clearly tells Carla and all her colleagues to go check out the WeWork mobile apps. So let's go look at those apps. We can see there's a whole variety of mobile apps for WeWork customers, and I want to drill into that WeWork branded app there on the left. And the first place we're brought into is the WeWork community, where we can connect with those other entrepreneurs and creatives using those spaces. But I want to show you how easy it is to book a space. So let's go into that. We're already seeing spaces near us, which is awesome. And if I drill into any one of those spaces, we're 1 or 2 clicks away from having an appointment near us at a time that matters. It's fast, and this app is smart, and it's running on Heroku. So let's go see what this looks like in Heroku. This is our application dashboard, and we're seeing the resources that are powering our app. And that bar up top is auto-scaling. This lets WeWork set a high and low threshold and gives the app the power to manage its own resources based on customer demand. So that fast experience we just had on the mobile app, doesn't matter if we're doing that in the middle of the week or on a slow weekend, we're going to get the same speed and responsiveness thanks to auto-scaling. And down below, we can see the add-ons this app can use. An entire marketplace of pre-built services available for your apps on Heroku, and connections like Heroku Connect mean that you're keeping your data in Salesforce and your apps in Heroku in sync seamlessly. But this isn't the only app that WeWork is running, and it's not the only app they're running on Heroku. So let's go look at their enterprise dashboard. Right here, we have our booking app. We can see it's written in Node.js, but it's alongside other apps written in other languages. Because with Heroku, you can build in the language that makes sense for what you're building. And then you can manage all those apps together in one place with services like auto-scaling or add-ons or even enterprise-grade security. With Heroku Private Spaces, you can bring that dedicated, isolated network you used to only get on-prem behind your company firewall. It's here for any or all of your apps right in Heroku. And for those of us that are working in regulated industries that have to manage encryption and event monitoring and logging to be compliant, that protection can be layered into your apps with Shield. So, how do we feel about making this app HIPAA compliant right here? Do we want to do that in real time? All right, let's go ahead and click. That's it. This app is now HIPAA compliant. It is that simple to do this on Heroku. And all of the simplicity of managing your apps on Heroku means that you get to focus on the smart experience you're delivering to customers, not worrying about how your apps are running. But now I want to go back into Salesforce because WeWork is growing at a tremendous rate. And I want to show you how they keep an eye on what's happening globally in Salesforce. Here in the Reservation Manager, we can see we're coming in and we're getting a global dashboard with a rich view of what's happening in many markets. We can hover over and get details. And it's because this dashboard is a Lightning component powered by the new Einstein Analytics developer experience. This component has pulled in all the data sets and views that it needs from Einstein Analytics to give us the ability to hover and see detail. Or if we click into US states, we're going to get a completely different dashboard with the details about what's happening in the US. And we can go even further. If we drill into, say, California, I'm now getting another component with trends and insights of what's happening for space usage across California. And if we drill into the Golden Gate office right here, I can see down to the level of that office. How do people want to use the space? What's coming in our data? And this component, these insights, are powered by Einstein custom predictions. So let's go see how this works. We can see in setup, it's very easy to get to Prediction Builder. And when we go into Prediction Builder, we can see those insights in that component we were just looking at are powered by fields, custom prediction fields that you can create. And if we want to add a new prediction, we hit that button, and we're brought into a guided experience where you can use your data in Salesforce to create new insights about what's happening for your company. Now, as a customer, I want to control how I engage with the company. And WeWork gives their customers that same flexibility, but then provides them with smart service no matter how they choose to engage with the power of Einstein chatbots. So let's go see how that works. So we can see that WeWork has a few bots built, and I want us to drill into that scheduling bot. When you're building a bot, you're giving it the power to talk to your customers. And the way it talks to your customers is through the dialogues that you build. So this bot knows how to have a few different conversations, and I want to go look at that extend my meeting dialogue. Every conversation we can see begins with intent. That Einstein service that gives your bot the power to understand what your customers are saying and then know which conversation it should be having. So these conversations, these dialogues, are incredibly simple and incredibly powerful. This conversation begins with a question, and the bot presents some options, and then we run an action, and it has a rule, and there's another message, and that's it. But behind the scenes, asking to extend a meeting for WeWork has a ton of business logic behind it. But we keep that logic out of the conversation and keep it simple and smart for the customer. So now, in Bot Builder, we can see if our bot is as simple and as smart as we hope by previewing it right here in our builder. So let's go ahead and chat with our bot. And I want to ask to extend my meeting. And we'll see it knew to come to this dialogue. And let's extend by 60 minutes. And we're done. That's it. It's easy and it's smart. Now just imagine, though, that Pacifica has moved into their new, beautiful office space. And Carla, who we just met, is in a meeting. And she doesn't feel like texting to get service from our bot. Let's see what else our bot could do in action.
Welcome to WeWork.
Alexa, ask WeWork to extend my meeting by 30 minutes.
Your meeting has been extended by 30 minutes.
That's amazing. Hey, Alexa, how about a sandwich?
Okay, I hope you like pickles.
I love pickles. Alexa, can you pick up my kids?
Haha, nice try.
Maybe next time.
And that's how you build smarter apps. Back to you, Brett.
That is such an amazing story, and I have to tell you, I feel so connected to WeWork because so many of the themes of our companies are really about building communities. So as one of the leaders of WeWork and sort of seeing this community here, I'd love to understand from your own words, what does it mean to you to be a Trailblazer?
Well, first of all, it's awesome to be here and be a part of this amazing community. And so thank you for having us. And really for us, it starts with finding companies that have shared values and similar DNA. And Salesforce is such an extraordinary company and one that we look up to in many respects and we try to take lots of notes from. But at the core, we've built a business to try to make it easier and more seamless for small businesses and entrepreneurs of all sizes to be able to work. And this big fixed cost, which is real estate, which is very difficult to manage and expensive, to create an environment where they can do it in a seamless manner. And the amazing thing about our relationship with Salesforce, and I think what it means to be a Trailblazer, is that marrying of a shared value system, a commitment to community, with an extraordinary product that, speaking from our own experience, our business has seen, tremendous growth over the last 5 years. End of 2012, we had a less than $25 million run rate business, and we'll end this year with, about 100x that. And our business is so physical. So you're global, but you're physical. And the ability to leverage Salesforce and your platform to give us both visibility into the demand and the variance of demand, because today we have 1 to 2 person companies and we have Fortune 50 companies. So the ability to leverage your platform and have visibility into the demand and know where to build, how to build, what types of units to build has really been a fundamental shift in our business over the last couple of years, and we're extremely appreciative.
Well, that's amazing. And I know a lot of people in the room, including me, have worked out of WeWork spaces. And I know we're running a little bit late today and we're losing some folks on the edges here. So maybe just quickly, like over the next 5 years, what are the things that makes you most excited about as you partner with Salesforce, build out this WeWork ecosystem, which is incredible? What should we look forward to?
Well, I think for us, as we look to the future, number one, you're going to have thousands of buildings all over the world with a heavy concentration in the top, call it 100 metropolitan cities. And what you're really creating is an environment for companies of all sizes to be able to work in all over in the most not just in the flexible and taking this fixed cost, making it a variable cost, really taking the stress out of the real estate. But on a deeper purpose, what we're doing is we're bringing together a community of like-minded individuals who are together being able to, by sharing ideas, sharing spaces, be able to work all over and create a flexible universe. And in doing that, our vision is in the next 5 years, 10 years, there's an entire generation of kids who are graduating. I'm not sure if it's going to be college or high school, but they're going to be graduating. They're going to become members of We. They're going to have offices all over the world. They're going to be able to live for a month and a half in Berlin, 2 months in Shanghai, a month in Honolulu. You pick it. But they're going to be working.
Pretty nice right now. Maybe the Serengeti.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll find Serengeti. And in doing that, giving people the ability to be not just productive, functional, but do it in a very asset-light manner, and that's our goal.
That sounds amazing. I just want to say thank you for enabling WeWork to be a part of this experience for every developer in the room. I just want to say it's an inspirational brand, and it's a great partnership, and thank you for coming today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, and it's awesome to be here.
Thank you so much. So, we've learned a lot about the Salesforce platform today. We learned how to connect every experience with the integration cloud, how to build apps fast with Lightning, and how to make apps smart with Lightning, makes apps smarter with Einstein. But it all comes together with Trailhead. So I would love to introduce Sarah Franklin, who's the center of this entire event, to tell you how you can skill up with Trailhead and learn about all these amazing new technologies. Sarah? Thanks for doing that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna dance, bring the energy into this room. All right, everybody, we are here to talk about how we can skill up. And I forgot the clicker. Bring that back up here, very important. So first thing we wanna do is you've seen innovation with Einstein, with Lightning, with the new integration cloud. And all of this innovative technology is the technology that companies are hiring for. But unfortunately, in today's world, the fourth industrial revolution, over 80% of companies are struggling to find the people like you that know these skills. But that's not because there's not great people in the world. You have people that are entering the workforce, students from college and from high school. You have people that are re-entering the workforce, moms, vets, people that have taken their time to give back. And you have people that are changing it up, lawyers, accountants that want to change it up and get into the industry of technology. So you think it's really easy, right? You just go learn. Unfortunately, education is becoming more and more inaccessible. Over the last 20 years, the things that have gotten more affordable are cell phones, TVs. But what's gotten more expensive is education, healthcare, childcare. Over 200% increase in what it costs to go to school. And what this does is this impacts our equality gap. This threatens to leave underrepresented groups behind. We've seen this today. We've seen that we want to help on the path to equality. And if you look in the tech industry, 47% of the total population is women in the workforce. But you know what that is in the tech industry? It's only 18%. Where is the other 29%? And why don't we have 16% representation of Hispanics and Latinas and 12% for African Americans? And these don't even show the statistics for the LGBTQ community or people with different disabilities. And we at Salesforce are a purpose-driven company. We believe in that we can help and we can make an impact, like he said. So Trailhead is a fun way to learn and the way for everybody to learn the skills that helps everybody thrive in the fourth industrial revolution. You learn all the skills you need. Salesforce, we also have Amazon, we also have GitHub. And new today, we have Google, or we have Google Analytics and BigQuery. And yeah, it's exciting. And we have new trail guides to guide you at every step on the journey. And what you earn are skills-based credentials. These are credentials that people hire for. Over 6.5 million badges have been earned on the Trailhead platform. And you connect with fellow Trailblazers with opportunity from mentorship to employment. And it's not just about you, the learner. It's also about how you build that profile. And today we have our new unified Trailblazer.me profile. This is everything with your points, your badges, your credentials, all your certs, your community participation, your skills graph. This is all here in one place. And it's also what you're doing at your company. At Dreamforce, we announced My Trailhead to reinvent learning and enablement at your companies. How many people here have had to ever create training material for their end users? I think every single person's hand in this room will go up. We're making this easy for you to onboard new employees, skill up service agents, ramp up sales reps, and just increase overall adoption. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this looks like when you put the learner at the center. We have Kel Cortez, and she's a learner, and she's heard about Trailhead and this amazing opportunity. So let's go ahead in the coffee shop. She whips up her laptop, and right there, she sees Trailhead. And if we bring up the demo, what we see is that we have trail guides to help everybody learn. Whether she wants to be a developer, a marketer, a sales manager, everything is here. And Kel doesn't know about how to be a developer, so she clicks in, she sees all of the demographics, the information, and she even sees other people like her that are doing this. So with one click of a button, she lets Trailhead guide her. And this is new. You sign up with anything with Google+, and you're brought immediately to your trail guide, your custom personalized learning experience. And it's not just here in Trailhead, it's also in your email. You get this guided learning path. If you bring up the phone, we see our email. We've gotten our new content, and even this new badge for Google Analytics. And we want to learn the concept about data modeling. With one click, you go in and you can learn this complex concept of how to create a schema, divided into bite-sized learning designed for the modern learner. You take a very complex concept, distill it down to something that's very easy and simple. And what's magic is at the end, you have a challenge. And this challenge has free access to our technology. I know how to create the schema, drag on the text field, create this address, complete this challenge. And then at the end, what I call the magic green button, I check that challenge. And I get my badges, my points, and my confetti. We don't keep that confetti locked to iMessage. It's right here. But it's not just about the learner. It's also about the trail guide that she's going on. Here's a notification instantly about community events in her area. Trail guide tells her, a local community member is hosting a Women in Tech event. You should join. One click RSVP, and she's automatically connected to the community. And she's building that profile. Here you see at Trailblazer.me. I might have gone too fast. Actually, we've gone ahead. So you've built the profile, and it's amazing. But it's not just about you and what you're learning. It's also about what we're doing with My Trailhead. Here you see Trailhead with Autodesk branding and Autodesk content. And Autodesk is using My Trailhead to skill up their employees. Here's a trail mix for the first 90 days. Click in that. And what we see on the first 90 days is a welcome video from the CEO. We see custom content from Autodesk, and even using that public content to cultivate equality at work. And so that is how my Trailhead is reinventing learning and enablement. And this is also for some of our other amazing pilot customers. Here you see Autodesk. Let's also go look and see what this looks like for Camping World, for ESPN, for our other, my favorite one, where we have the Michelin Man. So this is my Trailhead. And so one last thing, it didn't go in the demo, but I just want to tell you this is really important. You're going to applaud for this. The certifications that show up on your Trailblazer.me profile, coming in the summer release, most of those are moving to Trailhead. And what that means is for maintenance, we're making maintenance free for most of our certifications. And so I knew that would get you excited, okay? And so with that, that's how we're skilling up everybody. And I think we have Keith to bring us home. Keith.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much. And thanks to everybody for this beautiful morning, this exciting morning. We really appreciate everybody being here today. We have an action-packed agenda over the next couple days. We're really excited about it. We hope everybody enjoys it. It gives everybody the opportunity to learn and connect and have fun and give back. And don't forget, we have the Equality Awards tonight, which we're really excited about. And speaking of equality, look to your left and look to your right. Look at the inclusion. Look at the diversity in this room. This is everything that we've always wanted as part of the Salesforce economy and the Salesforce ecosystem. And we thank you for all of that. And we thank you for everything that you've done. I hope you have a great couple days. Enjoy tonight. We'll see you tonight. Thanks again, everybody. Appreciate it.